Okay, looks like we are live, and oh my gosh, my hair looks a mess. I just got back from walking the dog and it's kind of windy out there, so that's why I look like this right now. But yeah, so thank you for joining. This is Facebook Live number 22. It is May 21st, 2024, and we are going to be talking about some sleep analogies today. So thanks for joining me live if you are here live with me. And then if you are joining the replay, please type replay in the comments. And sorry, I'm a little bit distracted by my notes here. I was just making some notes for today's live call. So, okay, we're going to do a really, really quick one today just on sleep analogies that you can use with your patients in your clinical practice. If we haven't met before, I'm Dr. Nishi Bhopal. I'm a physician specializing in integrative psychiatry, and I'm board certified in sleep medicine. And I have a YouTube channel and a sleep program for therapists and physicians to fill in the knowledge gaps, because most of us get very little training in sleep medicine unless you did a sleep fellowship. And even then, there's still so much more to learn about sleep than you can cover in a one-year fellowship. So I have a YouTube channel and a program that's opening up again in a couple of weeks called the Clinical Sleep Kit. So you can come and join us. So if you are joining me, or watching the replay, just let me know in the comments where you're joining from, what your clinical background is, and any questions you want answered about sleep. So I'm going to just share 3 really quick sleep analogies. And I thought this would be fun because we just got off about an hour ago, we just got off a live call inside the Clinical Sleep Kit program. Every month we do live calls with guest experts and faculty, and today's call was so much fun. We had Amanda Slinger with us. She is a sleep coach and expert from Australia, and we were just talking about sleep, health, and wellness, supporting our patients. And so she shared some analogies that we can use with patients. So the first one is the analogy of our sleep needs being like our shoe size. So as we get older, from childhood into young adulthood, we grow and our sleep needs change with age. Your shoe size may also change with age. Once you become an adult, your sleep needs are more or less stable. There might be some changes later in adulthood, but your sleep needs are more or less stable in adulthood. So for yourself, it might be 7.5 hours. For your patient, it might be 8 hours. For another patient, it might be closer to 7. But they're generally stable for each person, just like shoe size is generally stable when you're an adult. Sometimes your feet may swell, and you need to make little adjustments with your shoes, or maybe there's a blister and you need to make some adjustments. But your shoe size is generally the same. So sleep is like this as well. There may be times where, if you're sick, you might need a little bit more sleep, or there might be times where it's adjusted, where you're a bit more tired, maybe you need a nap, but more or less your sleep needs are stable. So you can use this analogy with your patients when you're talking about their sleep needs and helping them understand what their shoe size or their sleep need is at baseline, and aiming to get that consistently most nights. Okay, the second analogy I'm going to share is that memory encoding during sleep is kind of like a USB drive and then your hard drive. So Matthew Walker talks about this on his podcast. He's the researcher and sleep expert who wrote the book Why We Sleep. So he talks about short-term memory being like our USB drive, where there's only so much memory you can fit on that drive. Short-term memory is like this. It's the hippocampus. So when we sleep, what happens is those memories from the USB drive or the hippocampus get encoded into the cortex. And so that's your hard drive, and there's a lot more storage capacity. So there's only so much short-term memory that you can store, and then with sleep, it actually helps you consolidate and encode those memories. So that's the second analogy, the USB drive, memory, stick, and hard drive analogy when it comes to memory and sleep. The third one is a bonus one. So this is one that I use a lot with patients, and it's talking about sleep changes in terms of turning around a cruise ship. So what I see a lot with patients is they want to make 1 or 2 changes and they want to see their sleep improve immediately, especially if they're working on insomnia or sleep optimization. And sleep just doesn't work like that. Sometimes you'll see sleep change overnight, literally, but it often takes time, multiple changes consistently over time. So it's like turning around a big cruise ship. Little incremental changes will lead to you going in a totally different direction and in the direction that you want to go versus a speedboat where you make changes and you immediately are off in a different direction. So thinking about optimizing sleep, improving insomnia as turning around a cruise ship. It takes time. It might not feel like you're going anywhere at first, but looking back, you'll see that those small changes led to big improvements later on. So that was just a quick little overview of 3 sleep analogies you can use: the shoe size analogy, the USB stick analogy, and then the cruise ship analogy. If you want to learn more about clinical sleep medicine, follow me on YouTube, or you can grab my free sleep mini course for physicians. It's called Sleep Medicine Pearls for Outpatient Doctors. It's jam-packed with lots of different tips and tools you can use in your clinical practice today. The link, I think, is in the comments there, so if you want to grab that, you can sign up for the free course. And I'll be going live every day for the next couple of weeks. So I will see you again tomorrow. I'll say bye for now.